Hi, it's Diane Viola here from Positive Relating. And in a little over a week from now, I'm going to be running a family constellations workshop from this very room that I'm now sitting in. And it gives me great joy to think about doing that because what I've wanted is to provide a space from which I could offer these workshops pretty much whenever I wanted to. And I thought today would be a really good time to talk with you about, well, what makes family constellations and family constellations workshops so special and so unique. Because if you've paid any attention to what's going on out there in the fields of personal growth and transformation, and certainly I've been involved in this for over 30 years now, it's very, very clear that we have an abundance of different modalities and so many different ways of dealing with issues in our lives. And I think that's a really good thing because, as they say, it's horses for courses. I'd like to share with you, though, why I'm so passionate about family constellations myself. I first found out about it in 2009, so that's, my God, over 8 years ago. And I had been in private practice for some time at that point and used many different modalities and found that they had been really successful with people. But when I went to a family constellations workshop and participated as a representative, I was absolutely blown away with my experience and with what I saw was available for people in such a short space of time. See, ultimately, certainly for myself, I want the people that I'm working with to achieve good results from the work that we do together. And whilst I do know that, we can't wave a magic wand and that if things happened without our awareness of them, that we wouldn't trust the outcomes. However, family constellations provides a structure, a philosophy, a set of principles that really brings together the opportunity for healing at a very rapid rate. And more than that, what it does is it awakens us, I believe, to our humanity and to our connectedness to our own family as well as to, the human family. And if we look at it right now, the human family is in a lot of trouble. And I see people, particularly over the last 12 months, really scurrying away. There's so much fear being generated in the world. And yet, at the same time, the very things that we as human beings have not looked at, not wanted to deal with, have denied the existence of, it's like they're all coming to us now so that we can look at them, so that we can say, this can't continue. And so they may be things like domestic violence, ethnic cleansing, the fact that there are over 11 million people who have been displaced from Syria and over 500,000 who've been killed in that country in recent times, leaving so many people without a home. Now, why am I mentioning this? Because what we find in family constellations is that the discomfort or dis-ease or feelings of not being able to bring about change in one's life, even when they're doing all the right things, may not necessarily be just related to what that person is doing themselves. So it's kind of like what goes around comes around. We have had millennia, really, although we don't have to deal with that, of treating one another very, very badly. And that is showing up in so many different ways. And it's like, here we are, right here, right now in the 21st century, and we have the opportunity to really bring about positive and lasting change. But we can't do that out there in the world until we've done it here within our own hearts, and then, of course, within our own families. That doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to all of a sudden have perfect families, because as far as I can see, family by its very nature is dysfunctional. However, there is also an order to it. So what we do in family constellations is incredibly simple. We bring together a group of people, and this is in a workshop setting, who are really committed to change, real change. And I would say with that also a willingness perhaps to just let go of our, perhaps the desires of the ego, if I could put it that way. Because when we are working with family constellations, we're actually working at the level of the family soul. And for some people, they might go, oh, what are you talking about? I guess if I could put it really, really simply, when we look into our family or we look at family members, we see likenesses not just in how we look, but in how we behave, in the kinds of things that are available to people, there are patterns in the way that we relate, sometimes with illnesses. All of these things are all part of what form our family conscience, what it is to belong to this family. And we don't easily let go of that. So I guess all of those things are what forms the gel or the soul of the family. And whether we realize it or not, we human beings really are beings of integrity. So when something does not go right, or when someone has not been treated properly, or there has been some harm done, or some secrets, lies, or exclusions, then it's like the family soul desiring to see things made right. And that is one of the things that I say become available through a constellation, that we can find our place, make things right, and restore the orders of love. Now, that is something I've spoken about in another video. So just for today, I want to say that constellations are amazingly simple. When I'm doing them with people, whether it's in a workshop setting or in a private session or even via Zoom or Skype, all over the world, people are really easily able to connect with what's actually going on. And it's not being done at a conscious level. That doesn't mean we go into some kind of trance or past life regression or any of that. And this is what amazes people, that this is so easy. It is so simple. And it's a real opportunity, I think, for people to just let go. Let go of what the mind is saying. Let go of what we think it should be. And just really step into the energy that we connect with. And when we do that in a constellation, we become so aware of our connection and our connectedness and the oneness of humankind. And I guess that's what we're looking for, isn't it? For humans to be kind, to restore in the world perhaps something that's never been there, something that comes from love, something that comes from compassion, something that comes from the deepest understanding that when we are not treating other people well, there must be something in there that contributes to that. And I guess we find out through constellations the source of that. Where has this come from? Where has this depression, this illness, this anxiety, this self-sabotage, this inability to commit to someone, this pattern that runs through our family in the ways that we live in the world? These are the things that we're able to actually connect with, address, respond to, and make right. And that is what's available through a constellation without very much effort on the part of the participants. So I invite you to check out the workshop or any workshop that people are running in family constellations, because I guess a key difference here is rather than trying to avoid situations, we're really meeting them at the energetic level and at the feeling level, and being able to actually dissolve what may have been frozen in the past so that new life is available. And you know, there is a spiritual saying that goes, when you heal something for yourself, you heal it for the 7 generations before you and the 7 generations to come. And I think at this point in time, this is something that we need more than ever. So I look forward to sharing this day with you. Please feel free to contact me if you'd like to know more. If you have questions, I welcome these. And please, you can find out more about this work on dianeviola.com.au, or you can contact me on +61 417 683 006. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.